Hello everyone. I hope you all are enjoying your Sunday. So, you must be relaxing around. It's just one holiday to manage so many other things. Anyways, today I will talk about one of the abuses. As if you have seen my earlier videos, in one of the video I spoke about emotional abuse. Similarly, today I'm going to talk about financial abuse. Now, just like physical abuse and emotional abuse, financial is abuse is among the, you know, I would say very cruel form of abuse. So, what actually financial abuse is? Financial abuse is when somebody tries to access your entire financial power and would not let you use your own finances or would not provide you any finance power at all. So, mostly this thing takes place between couples, mostly in married couples, or it might be among long-term relations of girlfriend and boyfriend as well, or any relation for that matter. So what happens is a person who wants to manipulate you, who wants to have control over the entire home, the first thing that person would do is would take your right regarding all the finances. So basically what happens is the person decides where the household think expenditure would be made. You don't have any say in that. If you want something for yourself, mostly you have to beg for even small amount of money. I don't know how many of you will be able to relate to it, but I meet lot of women in India or even abroad who are still going through this thing, and women started picking job and they started working. This was the most valid reason that they found, that they wanted to have their own financial freedom so that they don't need to be dependent on a man, because whenever they asked even for a small thing, they had to almost beg or plead to them for their finances. So what this person do is that person decides where the money would be spent, how the savings would be done, and would not spend lot of children support, and would have all the power of attorney in his hand, let it be insurance, share market, bank accounts. You literally have no idea how much money as a family you have, or where the money is invested, or how much money is there in the bank balance. And there are people, there are men who still consider women so weak, they don't even bother to tell them their salaries, yet they don't even know how much that particular person is earning. So this is what exactly what financial abuse is. Whenever you want to go out, you're so scared, because when you go out you need money, and that person won't give you financial rights. If because he mostly he, it can be she also, but that is rarest of the rare case. So mostly what happens is, if that person starts giving you financial freedom, he knows that he would be able to control you, to keep everything under their control. The best way to do is to have all the finances in their own hands rather than giving it to anybody out there. So along with this, what comes is, when a person is trying to financially abuse you, that person also starts abusing you emotionally and physically as well. There have been many aspects where women would ask for money, and the person would right away tell them, oh, you're such a greedy woman, you are after my money. And that way you feel so small, and obviously you start asking money because you want to prove that you are not a greedy woman, but that's not the case. It is totally a manipulation, emotional manipulation, so that he can take control of you emotionally as well, financially as well. And if both of them don't work, it soon ends in physical violence as well. That person gets aggressive and they talk about why you need money. I'm the one who's earning, so I'll take the decision. Am I not providing you food and shelter? Most of the women might have heard this sentence, when a man talks about, I'm taking care of all the finances, I'm doing everything, so why the hell do you need money? So ultimately, and these are the same people who wouldn't even allow you to have a job. We can all say, what is the big deal? She can always take a job, but it's not that simple for everyone. Some authorities of the house are so peculiar that they won't even let the women work. It could be a man, it could be in-laws, it could be anybody. Even in-laws can, be the, husband's partner in financially abusing you. So what happens is, you have no right to work outside, you don't have money, you don't have your bank accounts, you don't have a single penny to yourself, and life feels pathetic because you cannot go out, you don't have enough confidence to meet your friend, you're always anxious because what would you say, that you don't have money to spend even for simple pizza? So this is again, like emotional abuse, this is one of the worst form of abuse. And I would suggest to all the victims out there, let it be man or women or anybody, even children for that matter, you have to fight it hard. I know it doesn't seem easy, but you have to get out of the situation. Until and unless you take the courage to step out of that abusive relationship, it's very difficult to come out of that financial abuse as well. It might be leaving the house, it might be about making tough decisions, it might be about uh, being very strong for years and years and years to get your rights. But you have to fight, you have to speak to authorities, you have to make the let it be women's cell or the police or the authorities whosoever are concerned, to let them know about the condition that you are going through, even if it is emotional abuse, torture, stress, and financial abuse or emotional abuse. This is how we can achieve our financial independence. And if we haven't completed our education yet, we need to start that soon as well. And it could be tough, it could be like you have to work on both ends, but staying at home and just bearing the abuse is not the answer to everything. Every time you cannot cry and say I'm sorry, you cannot cry and say, oh, I'm so helpless. One day your friends would listen, 2 day, 3 day, your family. One day you will realize they all just walked away. So it's definitely your fight, and you have to take out the courage to fight. Take help of your friends, take help of your family, but take actions. Taking actions is very, very important. Thank you for listening to me. Have a great Sunday ahead. Enjoy your Sunday. Relax, eat, and sleep. Watch movies. Thank you for listening to me. Have a nice day ahead.